This is one that we're going to tackle this afternoon. This one on page 106. So this will be one that you can probably complete, Kalpana, without having to go to work. Okay. You are required to use a validated tool to audit the physical environment of your dementia care area, including a copy of the completed tool in your submission. Now this is your audit tool. That's the one that you've been given a copy of there. You have a clean copy in PDF on the LMS, on the Cortex, so you can find that there. So if you complete one today and you don't want to submit that as your final copy, that's fine. You can download a clean PDF on the website. Number 2, identify the items for improvement by comparing the current situation to best practice using the dementia design principles, and include at least 2 items for improvement, and explain how these are an application of the dementia design principles and which principle is applied. Include photographs of the locations before taking action for improvement. Write an action plan that identifies specific actions and include any descriptions of how you developed the action plan, including consultation with others or sources of information that enabled you to develop the plan. So what did you read? What did you look at? Did you look up websites? Which websites? Who did you talk to? Number 4, implement at least one action from the action plan. Describe at least one action from the action plan and describe the steps of implementation supported with photographic evidence. So for this company you would need to be back at work to complete number 4. And include a photograph of the action once completed. Does that make sense? So take photographs of you doing the action, so you might get somebody to take photos of you putting up the new signs or whatever it might be, and what it looks like once it's completed. Number 5, write a critical evaluation of the effectiveness of the action in meeting the needs of the people living with dementia. And this should be illustrated with written examples of how the improvement has met one or more of Kitwood's essential needs in one or more residents. Is that okay? All right. So everybody clear about what's needed with those assessments? There's also a third-party report to be submitted as part of that assessment. That's number 6. You should submit this report to senior management within your organisation. So you should, I would suggest you should submit it to your facility manager. And evidence of submission to the senior manager and the manager's receipt of the report should be provided in your assessment submission in the form of a third-party report. So if we turn that over, you'll find a very simple third-party report on the next page. The candidate, this is what the manager would say, the candidate has submitted a report to me in their use of a validated tool for the evaluation of the physical environment, an action plan and the implementation of one or more actions to meet dementia design principles and the fundamental needs of one or more of the residents. Now, these are the comments that the manager would make. They would sign it and then they would give it back to you, and you then make a PDF of it and upload it as part of your assessment. Okay?
And do we have to return to you the photos and stuff as well?
Yes. Yeah. So there'll be a few documents, quite a few documents that you would need to submit as part of these assessments. The photographs can actually be inserted into a Word document if you want to. You can do it that way, and you can write a little commentary on each one. That might be a neat way to organise it. And then you can make a PDF out of the whole thing if you want to. How does that sound? If you would like me to help you, just give me a phone call and I can talk you through doing it. some of you won't have any problems at all. Would that be right?
I don't know, but I need to give it a good read to say.
Good, okay. Give it a good read, exactly. So have a good read of it, work out what you still have questions about, and phone me. Phone out. Yeah. That's what we're here for. Send us an email, tell us what you have questions about. I would expect that you will have some questions, and that's perfectly fine. So please do ring or email. Yeah. Is that all right?
Yeah.
And then if I can, I'll talk you through making a PDF or inserting photos into a Word document, all of those sorts of things.